everybody, Hellpockets here, and you're watching my September 30th interview with TommyGunzz. This is an experiment with recording interviews with notable players that will later appear on SDR episodes, as well as in their complete format once the episode concludes. I intend to do more of these, but given the circumstances surrounding Absolute Battle, this was kind of begging to be made immediately. The interview itself is pretty lengthy, but as a dive into the mind of a young player, I find it fairly interesting, so I hope you enjoy it. TommyGunz's opinions do not reflect my own or anybody else affiliated with I Play Winner.
So basically, my full name is Christopher Thomas Acosta. I go by TommyGunzz. I guess the reason I got that name is when I was younger. If you notice, my middle name is Thomas, so people would call me TommyGunzz. So I would just go by that name, you know, when I was kind of younger. And then when I first started coming into the FGC, I just went by Chris Acosta, but then I noticed that everybody in Texas had like a handle, I guess you could say. So I was like, might as well go with TommyGunzz. So it kind of just, I had it already, so might as well just go with it, you know. So, and been in Texas my whole life, in like the Dallas area. I'm actually from Irving, which is like kind of the outskirts of Irving. So it's like centralized between Fort Worth and all that good stuff. So I started playing when I was about, I think 16. I'm 21 right now, so I'm pretty young. And I guess I got into the FGC with I remember my aunt, she gave me like $100 gift card to GameStop, and I bought a shitload of games, and one of those games was actually vanilla Street Fighter 4. And then I started playing it online, and I was getting my ass whooped so bad. I was like, there has to be some people that know how to play this game. So I remember I went on YouTube and found Justin Wong versus Daigo, and I saw like all the hype. I was like, he was like playing Balrog too. I was like, I never knew that there was some type of like scene or something like out there. So I was like, man, I have to get into this. So I just went on, I can't remember if it was Short UK or Facebook, but the first person I met in the FGC was some guy named Jeff Fang, and he was kind of like the first person that I guess started playing with. And then after that, I kind of just started leveling up ever since. And I met, I'm sure y'all know Integra, Nashvan, Chaotix, all them players. So they kind of like took me into their wing, you know, because even when I first started coming up, I used to think I was the shit. Like I was playing online, and I remember I went to I think the second Absolute Battle, it was either the first or second. And I was like, I'm about to fuck up everybody. And then I played, the first good player I've ever played was, I don't know if you know who he is, called Forwood.
Oh, yeah, we're familiar with Forwood.
Yeah, and he just like, I was playing Balrog at that time, and he just knocked me down and fucked me up because he knew like option selects. I didn't know nothing like that. And I was like, every time I'd backdash, he'd do like sleep or like demon. I was like, how does this guy know what I'm going to do every single time? So then I kind of just asked him, and he told me. And then I started, I don't know if you know who Joseph Love is, or Joe Love. He plays Cody. He kind of like, I guess I want to say he's like my sensei. Him and Shuvilicious, I'm sure you've heard of him. He plays Rufus. They kind of just took me into their wing, and the reason I guess to talk so much shit is because they talk so much shit to me. Like,
you kind of gleamed it off of the Masters, huh?
Like, yeah, they would just talk so much shit like, dude, you fucking suck. He's like, they would just tell me shit like that, and it made me so mad because I couldn't beat them. I had to like level up to beat them. So I'm like really thankful for them too, because they helped me, I guess, the most out of everybody. But right now, I guess my wingman is probably Integra. Like, me and him are really close. You know, we hang out outside of Street Fighter and stuff like that. So, and he's really good. So he has good footsies, and we play all the time. So I guess that's the main way that I leveled up, is just playing with him. I don't go to too many tournaments outside of Dallas. I don't think I've ever traveled outside of Texas. I've been to Texas Showdown, but it's just that I work so much. But this year, I'm going to try to travel since this NorCal thing's been happening. I'll be at that Arizona tournament I think it's called Rewired.
Okay.
So, and it's in 2 months, and I'll be there for sure. So if anybody from NorCal wants to come out, I'll be there.
Okay, so I guess we can get straight into that NorCal thing.
Okay.
Basically, I'm going to ask you right now, how did this even happen? How, you know, you're from Texas, which is about as far from NorCal as it can be. How do you even, you know about the scene out there, any individual people, you know, like what brought you to that forum that day?
Yeah, so basically, I guess the way that I got into that group is, I know a lot of people know that I'm an online warrior. I've been an online warrior ever since. I can testify. I hate when people say, hey, you can't get good playing online. Like, to me, that's a bunch of bullshit. A lot of, like, the main thing that you learn from online is matchups, especially against, like, all these weird characters like Hakan and stuff like that.
Right.
If you never played against those characters, you're gonna get fucked up like really bad. So, but basically the way I got into the NorCal group was, I don't know if you know who Brent is. He plays Rufus from SoCal. I'm really
yes,
cool
I
with
know
him.
Brent. Yeah.
So, cause I played like with Chris and Filipino Man, because they used to be online warriors too. There's like a secret, I don't want to say secret online community, but a lot of players people don't know is that a lot of these top players come from online. Like Smug, he's been playing like since Super. K-Brad used to play online a lot. I used to play Brent all the time and all that good stuff. So I guess the way that I got into the NorCal group was that I was gonna go with my brother to on like a business trip, and I just wanted to see if there's gonna be any games out there. So he added me to your group called, I think it's called SRK X Factor or something like that.
Okay.
So he added me to that group, and then I think I can't remember correctly, you know, if I'm wrong, whatever, but I think LPN was talking shit to some guy. Like I don't know who this guy was or something like that. He was like some scrub, and they had like beef or something like that. And then it started making me mad, and I was like, LPA, you're kind of a fraud. Like, what have you done honestly? I was like, I guarantee if we play, I will fuck you up so bad. And I still feel that way. Like, especially like a lot of the Cali players. You know, there's only a few that I do respect, but a lot of people in NorCal feel like they're overhyped. Like, for example, Crack Fiend. Like, people, I know that they thought that it's even weird. Like, even the SoCal people, after I beat Crack Fiend, some of them betted on me. They're like, we know you're gonna fuck up Crack Fiend. Even though a lot of people don't know me, I just feel I can see the way they play. Like, this guy's not gonna beat me at all. You know, he has no chance whatsoever. And that's how I felt about Crack Fiend. Like, this guy, who has he beat? Like, I don't understand. Like, when I went to Stick Showdown, I beat a lot of people in money matches and stuff like that. So, a lot of the top players, they do know me, but I don't, like I said, I don't travel out that much. But I feel like I can hang with them. You know, I know who's better than me, and I know who's not. And I know a lot of these NorCal players aren't. Like I said before, I think the only NorCal players that are like super good, I'm gonna name him for you, is Ricky Ortiz, because I played him. He's fucked me up plenty of times. Huda Man, and the only reason I say that is because Honda beats the shit out of Hakan. Julio, I've seen him play. Like I said, I think he's overrated. Like I said, I do respect him as a player. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel like I could take him out, even though he's, you know, really good. And Cubano Loco, just them four. Because I used to, not gonna lie, I thought Cubano Loco was a scrub, but when I played him at Absolute Battle, I was like, man, this guy's pretty good. So, to me, like, they're telling me that Crack Fiend is better than Cubano, which I don't agree with. Those people will tell me, because I think Cubano's like 10 times better than Crack Fiend. Like, his footsies are really good. He has really good, like, punishes, combos, and stuff like that. His spacing is, like, immaculate. So, if you saw even when he played against Integra, Integra's footsies are, like, really, really good. And Cubano was, like, taking it to him. So, just those four players, I guess you could say.
Okay. And so you made your opinions very public about this, and it got you into some hot water, which led to the money match that took place at Absolute Battle 6. And I just want to know, like, you know, what was going through your mind when that happened? Like, were you still pretty confident about beating Crack Fiend when he showed up?
This guy, like, I guarantee, like, if Crack Fiend wants to run back, I'll give it to him. You know, like, I feel even though because I changed, a lot of people know me, I guess he used to play Seth, but I switched to Khan just because Seth is kind of boring right now. Because me, I don't like to play Street Fighter. I don't like to, you know, play footsies and all that. I just want to go for the crazy stuff, you know?
Right.
And I feel like Hakan's one of those characters that you can play him kind of, you know, slow and methodical, but you can also go crazy with him because he has all these, like, focus cancels and dash cancels, stuff like that. So with Crack Fiend, I just knew that, because it's kind of annoying. People say, oh, Crack Fiend didn't know the matchup, but he plays Chemo and he fucks up Chemo. And no discredit to Chemo, I think Chemo's like a godlike Hakan, but in reality, I don't feel like he's on my Hakan's level. So, like, if, for example, if you look at the first 3 games, I feel like I played, you know, super clean. There was gimmicks, I'm not gonna lie, but I knew that with Crack Fiend, like, I was watching a lot of his videos and stuff like that. Like, I was, you know, doing my homework on him, and it seems like he cracks under pressure. Like, because if you notice that the first 3 games, I was kind of like slowing it down. But after that, I kind of went on autopilot. I was like, this guy's, you know, he's done mentally. So that's why I was just doing stupid shit, like sliding the ultra, air grabs, like, especially with the air grabs, like, I feel like that was really demoralizing.
Yeah, that was actually, if I could say so, those were pretty amazing reads on your part. So
yeah, because,
you know,
Hakan's jump is really bad, and I have to know, like, that he's going to jump. And I was like, because if you notice towards, like, I feel like the game-changing, like, game was, because he started coming back. Like, I guess he started adapting, because all I was doing, I don't know if he noticed, but Hakan can cancel his backdash and the jab. So on wake up, I would just do cancel and a jab, and his normals would like whiff, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" But for some reason, when you cancel his backdash and a jab, he still has invincibility frames.
Oh,
so
man.
if you do like immediate attack, it'll whiff. So the way to counter that is you have to do like, I know it sounds stupid, but you would have to do like headbutt on wake up or something that has a lot of active frames to hit him out of that.
It's like basically a meaty, huh?
Exactly. So, and he even on my wake up too, I was like, I know he's gonna try a neutral jump. So what I would do is I just hold up on my wake up and grab him out of his jump because I knew he was scared. You know, like when I get away with shit like that, I know that the other player's like, you know, he's getting fucked up mentally. So that's why I kind of did some stupid shit against him. But I don't know. I just didn't. I knew he knows about the game. Like, I don't want to call him a complete scrub, I guess you could say. But I don't know. He just doesn't. His mental game is not very strong. Like I say, like after the first 3 games, they're just like, it's whatever. I know this guy. It seems like he's never played against the con, but I know that's not the case because I don't know. I just don't know what happened to him because he wasn't playing very well. You know, I know that. Like I said, I don't think he's a complete scrub, but I don't think he's on my level necessarily.
So you're saying you expected more from him?
Exactly. Like to me, I wouldn't call out someone that I don't think is good. Like if I beat someone that's a scrub, what is that gonna do for me? You know, like I'd rather call somebody out that knows how to play the game. That's why the only players I'm calling out are the players that I respect because I feel like they know the game. You know, like if I called some scrub out from NorCal that I know that's not gonna beat me, that's not very fun. You know, I felt like Crack Fiend would be a good match, but it didn't turn out to be that way. So, I mean, I feel like if I played Julio and stuff like that, it'd be really fun. Like, it'd be a fun match, you know? I don't know if it'd be a clean sweep, but I feel like I could take him on, like, you know.
You think you can beat Julio?
Yes, for sure. Okay. And the reason I say that is because we have a lot of top Yuns in Texas. Like, we have Shin Chang, Rain. I don't know if you ever heard of Rain, but I feel like those guys are, like, a step ahead of Julio. You know, like, Julio has the, I want to say character-specific stuff, but he doesn't have, like, the neutral game or, like, I don't know. It's just the way that I see him play, I was like, this guy's not going to beat me, I know.
All right. Well, it's impressive. You are not afraid to make enemies at all. So It's been a long time since we've had somebody like you even speak up on this level of competition. Yeah. It's somewhat refreshing. I think a lot of our viewers on SDR have been kind of just... I won't say enamored, but they've been interested because, as you know, in the current culture, the pop-off is above everything if it exists. So you have been a bright spot in what is normally, you know, nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothingness. Is there anything else you wanted to say? I know you did have some things you wanted to get off your chest. There were some people that you, besides NorCal, wanted to challenge.
Yeah, I mean, anybody from Cali, like from SoCal or NorCal, be more than willing to play. Like, the thing is, when I go to tournaments, I money match everybody. Like, for example, Cubano Loco, I don't even know this guy, but I just went up to him. I didn't even say hi. I was like, hey, dude, you want a money match? I'll play anybody for money. No, even to when I know I might lose, I still, you know, I'm always down to play for money or play set or anything like that. So anybody that wants to come get it, they can. And like I said, the main gripe that I had against NorCal is that a lot of them, I just feel like they're not on Texas's level. Like, I know that sounds weird. Like, we don't travel as much, but we have really good players.
You think that NorCal's got some? You think NorCal has perhaps some undeserved shine?
Yeah, exactly. Like, they don't have any credentials to, you know. The only reason that we say that NorCal is good is because SoCal is good. You know, like SoCal has Brent, Justin Wong, all them. But the only people, like I said, is probably just Ricky, like holding him on his back because he's done so much in tournament.
Okay.
But like, for example, like Texas, I feel like if we did a 5-on-5 or something like that, Texas would just destroy NorCal. Ooh. You know, like, even though I know that Cubano beat Integra, you know, I just don't feel like he was playing good. You know, like, if we got our squad and y'all got y'all's squad, then I think we could, like, destroy NorCal. Like, it wouldn't even be, like, a set, I guess you could say. So, even though that, like I said, Texas, the reason people don't know about Texas players, like for example, I don't think anybody knew that Integra beat Gamer B at SoCal Regionals last year. Like, a lot of people don't know that. Like, and the way he played him, like, clean. Like, it's kind of like, you know, like, people just don't know about Texas. We don't ever really travel and stuff like that.
No, that is true. Like, Texas is definitely one of those lesser known scenes.
Rewired. Like, me, I'm already announcing it. Me, I'm not sure if Integra's going, but Chaotix Dudley, his name's Andre. Joseph Love, Cody, and I guess Ramasama, but he's not really. He's actually from Louisiana. People think he's from Texas, but we consider him a Texan, I guess you'd say. So we'll be out there to play.
All right. So what were you guys saying you were going to be at?
Rewired, that Arizona tournament in November. I think it's Driftwoods or something like that. So he's a real cool guy. Like, shout out to Driftwood. He was part of that secret, I guess, online community. Like, I played with him a lot online and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, and I finally got to meet him at Absolute Battle, and he's a real cool guy. So.
Excellent. Are you planning on traveling to any other events? Because, you know, you've made a lot of tall challenges, you know, and some of those people don't really...
The thing about NorCal is if y'all have I try to ask anybody if they had a regional or something, kind of like... Now, I want to say Absolute Battle I consider a major, but, you know, like, we have something called Bar Fights. It's like every 3 months. It's kind of like a regional. If they ever have something like that, I'd be more than happy to come out to NorCal to take some money. So,
I mean,
like, there's the thing. Like, I hate when people try to call me a scrub, but I guarantee they will not, you know, beat me. Like, I put my money where my mouth is. I'll play you for money, but if you're like scrub, then please don't talk shit to me, because if you can't beat me, then why do people talk shit? You know, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. You know, it's kind of like, oh, I'm gonna get my dad to beat you up. That's pretty much how a lot of the NorCal people are. Like, I can't beat you up, but I'm gonna call my dad to come beat you up.
Oh my! I mean, I hope we're not that bad. I mean, I think we've got. I think NorCal and SoCal have got a very robust scene, and like Texas, there's probably people in both scenes that are secret killers, but you know, it's just gonna have to remain to be seen. And you know, this is what I live for. I love to see people just going places and discovering new talent and realizing that, hey, there is, you know, another side to this pillow, basically.
Exactly. Like, I hate... Yeah, like, the thing that makes the FGC so interesting to me is the storylines and the drama. Even though, you know, like, if you watch me and Crack Fiends play, it probably wasn't the highest level of play, but the reason people want to watch is because there's drama involved.
Well, yeah, there was some raw emotion going on there. I don't have anything
personally against Crack Fiend. I think he does against me, but in the end, you just gotta realize it's a fucking game. Like, you know, like, this isn't real life. This isn't affecting my real career or anything like that. So I could give a shit. But, you know, but I do like the drama and stuff like that. That's why I talk so much shit and stuff. Like I said, I gotta admit it, I do respect Crafty for coming out to Texas to get this ass whooping. So, you know, I would, you know, it just makes him look bad. And like I said, I didn't want to talk. I felt kind of bad for him. That's why I've been kind of quiet. But, you know, it's time to, I guess, get this rivalry seriously. Like I said, if anybody from NorCal wants it, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to give it to you.
Well, all right. I think you've said it all. I don't think there's anything left to say, honestly.
Yeah. Like I said, just the last things I want to say is, like, to me, LPN is like a complete scrub, like a fraud. Like, the way that I see him play is like an idiot. Like, I wish I could. Oh man, it just makes me mad the way he played. Like, I saw him play, I think, at Northwest Majors against Arturo Sanchez. He plays Rolento. That guy is a complete, like, scrub. Like, he is the player that lives for 2 out of 3 to me. That's the way that I see him play. Like, these long sets, he's not gonna do shit, you know. So that's the main thing I want to see, because he's I don't know if he's ducking me or what. Or he just doesn't think I'm a threat, but I do want to play him. I guess I would put him at the top that I want to play, then Julio, and then Alex Myers. Alex Myers too. He's kind of a scrub too. Like, he's.
You are amazing at this.
Too, you know, like, honestly, like, if you look at him play, that's what I don't understand how this guy got to Hollywood status. Like, it's kind of weird to me. Like, this guy's he was an online player, but what has he done in tournament? That's what I don't understand. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
No, I can. You know, a lot of people have had that sentiment in the past concerning these players. So you are not the first, but you know, to put it so eloquently, you know, that's. I think your dance card's gonna be pretty filled up for the rest of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I really want to play LPN. Like, I feel like I would scrape this guy like so bad. Like, I live to play players like that right. Just play for the scramble, because I like to play for the scramble too. So we'll see what happens.
So I guess I gotta ask you, you're not, you know, in this for Hollywood status. Like, you know, you're not challenging big name people to basically take their powers. You know,
no, I mean,
just
like,
because you want to play.
Exactly. Like, I'm not on Infiltration's level or Just the Long's level. Like, I know that, you know, with Just the Long, I feel like.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, like, Infiltration and stuff like that, they could whoop the shit out of me. Like, I know that when they play, you know, like I said, I'm not saying I'm the best player, But what I'm saying is I know that I'm better than a lot of players in NorCal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my main gripe, is that players that just because they're from a certain region, they think that they're born into this, oh, I was played in SoCal, that's where I was started playing, so therefore I'm godlike. When therefore you have no credentials to think that, you know?
Right.
So that's kind of like how I see with Crack Fiend. Like, he's gone to tournaments and stuff like that. I've never really gone to a tournament, but I beat the shit out of him. Like, that shouldn't make any sense, you know? Like, when you look at it from outsider's perspective, like, who is TommyGunzz? He's never played, and that's the reason I wanted to play him in a long set, because I didn't want people to say, oh, he played him first to 3 or first to 5, he random him out. I beat this guy 7 games, you know? Like, you don't random out somebody in 7 games.
No.
Unless you're an idiot and you can't adapt, you know? So that's why I wanted to play him. We could have played first to 10, but first 7 seemed like a good number, so that's why I chose it.
Okay. Well, much respect for you and to Crack Fiend for making this happen and going
like I said,
it, you know?
I just want to stress the fact that I do respect Crack Fiend for coming out of Texas to get this ass whooping. Like I said, he was in hostile territory, which is, you know, because Texas, you can't really see from the stream, but it was really loud in there.
Oh yeah, I can
there
imagine,
was a lot of there was a lot of people on my side talking shit to this guy, like mad shit. Like, I don't know how this guy like handled it, but that's probably what rattled him. I don't know, but
oh no, I mean, Crack Fiend's pretty used to that kind of stuff because NorCal has the same kind of situation going on, or at least when we do have those intimate settings, there is, you know, certainly a certain amount of shit talk that occurs. So
that's why I want to go to NorCal so bad, because when I win and when I take some money, people are gonna be fucking mad, and that's what I live for. I love making people like mad and shit like that, like get mad, start some drama and shit. That's what I love about the FGC. There's so much like character, I guess you could say. So if I come to NorCal and I like whoop some ass, that's gonna like put a big dent in like Texas versus NorCal, I guess you could say. Because I want like this rivalry to step. I'm tired of people talking about, oh, East Coast, oh, West Coast. I want people to start talking about the South, you know, because like I said, we do have killers over here, but people don't know, you know.
Okay.
Like, for example, like Cass, like you saw Cass beat the shit out of K-Brad with Blanca. Right. He's from Texas, so it's just, like I said, I feel like we're really strong. We just don't get enough shine just because we're not in that preconceived notion of East Coast and West Coast. You know, there's never been
the classic, I don't know, like the classic two.
Exactly, because I don't know. I heard like back then, because I've talked to Bucktooth and stuff like that. And he told me like back then the South was considered a threat, but not really anymore, because people in the South aren't very hungry. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Like, to me, I'm very hungry. I want to get better and stuff like that, but I don't know. We just don't have that many players. But like the players that we do have are killers. Like I said, they put a lot of work into it. And they want to get better, like me. So, but we don't have too many. But I feel like we can hang with anybody in the United States for sure.
Okay. Well, I respect that that drive that you do have. It's been a long time since I've seen somebody that hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to wrap this up, though, because we're closing in on the 25-minute mark, and I know you got to get some sleep and get back to work tomorrow. Just want to thank you for doing this interview with me, and you'll be able to see this on Monday on Super Desperation Radio. I guess you're a fan now, huh? Yeah,
dude, I'm not going to lie, I'm a huge fan of your commentary. Like,
oh, man.
It's so hot. Like, even my brother that doesn't play video games, he's like, this guy has like the perfect voice to do like football or something like that.
Oh,
like that, like
nice.
That Guilty Gear shit was like so like hype, dude. Like, I mean, especially too, like in the KOF because I used to be in the KOF because I'm actually like Mexican and stuff like that, so I don't actually play it, but I like watching it and shit.
Well, I mean, like, yeah.
When you did the commentary, I was like, man, it was so hype. Like, that's what I love about the FGC is hype shit. Like, I don't like people fucking giving hugs and being all fucking nice. I want to see somebody like rip someone's face off. I want to see all the drama. I want to see all the hate and stuff like that. To me, that's what's gonna bring the people to watch it.
Okay.
Kind of like, I don't want to say wrestling, but that's what it. I don't know.
No, you wouldn't be too far off with that. Trust me, we've definitely been making that comparison lately.
I just want to see people shit talk and hate each other. That's what I want to see, the rivalry and stuff like that. So.
Okay. And there it is, the conclusion to the first in what's hopefully a long series of pre-recorded interviews featuring notable players. I want to thank Chris Acosta, aka TommyGunzs, for coming on the show, and you can find a link to his Twitter in the description below. You can also catch me and the rest of the SDR cast on Mondays at 6:30 p.m. only at twitch.tv/iplaywinner. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys next Monday. And remember, when life gives you lemons, make EX lemonade.